Alright. Daily check a wow head. Oh, the Ny'alotha cinematic. Oh, yes, dude. Oh, this is gonna be so good. I can't wait for the ending of BFA. Alright, let's check this out. Hey guys, Rusty, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Cool, hey? Hey guys, Rusty over here, and today I want to talk about the ending for patch 8.3, Ny'alotha, the Waking City. So, by the way, if you clicked on this video not expecting to see spoilers, spoilers. There you go, get out. So, essentially, this patch ends with you taking your giant azurite dick and shooting it into Ny'alotha's face. You get a 30-second cutscene of essentially him exploding. Not even, actually. You get about 3 seconds of him turning white and going boom, and then the rest of the cutscene is just I think it's like 20 or 25 seconds of the ending of Lord of the Rings, where you see the tower going bye-bye, and you even see the eyeball freaking out, and then just going boom. It's literally the ending of Lord of the Rings. Like, I get that Blizzard takes inspiration from other stuff and other sources of media, but this is, in my opinion, literally just a ripoff. I've even read online. Now, I haven't personally experienced this. I can't really tell I can tell the difference personally, but apparently even some of the music is similar to Lord of the Rings. But again, that's just from me reading and watching some stuff online. I personally did not experience that. But you get very clear similarities between Lord of the Rings and the actual ending to Ny'alotha. Now, guys, I didn't hate the cutscene. This isn't the worst cutscene in the world. I'm looking at patch 6.2, where Grom was suddenly on our side. It was just, in my opinion, such a big disappointment to see this really awesome character that's been built up over years. Think about this. Ny'alotha was introduced, I think, first time in the Cataclysm by Chris Metzen, talking about who's signing Deathwing's checks. This character has been introduced since the Cataclysm and been built up and teased, especially during BFA, and he ended with a 30-second cutscene where, again, we just took our giant azurite dick and shot it in his face. Now, guys, as with anything on the friggin' internet, this is just my opinion, so if you like this cutscene, first of all, please leave a comment below telling me why, and we can have a discussion about it. I'm all for it. I love doing that. But most importantly, hey, you know what? If it makes you happy, good for you. I just think it could have been better, and it really made me, and I think many others, disappointed that this, again, really cool character that has been introduced since Cataclysm and had this whole shroud of mystery around him and really been teased, like, pretty much around every corner during BFA, ended with just, again, a 30-second cutscene. I was expecting a little bit more. Hell, I was expecting and hoping and praying for that we wouldn't kill Ny'alotha. Like, by the way, he's dead. Blizzard has confirmed he is dead, gone, so are the other old gods. Yeah, you still have their echoes around, but they've teased, like, you know, where the old gods go when they die. So maybe in the future it'll be reincarnated. But as for the foreseeable future, they're pretty much perma-dead unless Blizzard suddenly feels like bringing them back, maybe in a Void expansion down the line. But essentially, guys, I was hoping for maybe Ny'alotha takes our minds, or essentially it's all part of his plan. We think we killed him, but we didn't really kill him, guys. And then essentially next expansion, but maybe after Shadowlands, we get his Black Empire Old God expansion. That's what I was hoping for. Again, ever since reading the Warcraft Chronicles, especially with the Black Empire, I have always been this huge Old God fan, and I was really hoping for this Black Empire expansion. Again, that's probably my main disappointment with it. I just feel like Ny'alotha could have been done so much better, and instead of just being killed off in one patch like the other old gods, Cthulhu and Yogg-Saron. Again, Cthulhu and Yogg-Saron, before their patch, it's mainly Cthulhu. I think Yogg-Saron might have been mentioned earlier on in Wrath, but before their patch, they were never mentioned in the game. I think maybe in some books, if anything, but they were never really mentioned in the game. Ny'alotha has multiple references in-game before BFA even started. And, like, the best example I could give with that is the puzzle box of Yogg-Saron, already talking about the circle. No, that might have been That might have been Il'gynoth. But the puzzle box of Yaxaron is already talking about N'Zoth. You know, drown yourself to find them, all that stuff. And then it just ended with you shooting your Azerite dick into him. Now, this kind of brings me into my second issue with how it ended, and that has to do, there were technically two cutscenes. There were the in-game one, then you had the pre-rendered one. The in-game one, first of all, when they do those in-game cutscenes, essentially where it's just the in-game models, like your character, for example, when he rises up in the air and shoots the beam into him, in my opinion, now this is, again, just my opinion, those don't really look too good. Even during that, you could kind of see in the cutscene the beams that are channeling into your character's back. They're kind of clipping into each other and into your character's back, and it just doesn't look good. Again, this is just my opinion. And then it goes into your 30-second, I think it was about 30 seconds, by the way, to that pre-rendered cutscene, which we already talked about how disappointing of an ending it was. Now, third problem I have with this cutscene kind of has to do with the issue of your character being the center of attention. Now, me being me, I am about to go off on a small tangent about this issue. Now, for some people, this is really cool for them. Like, yeah, your character is the center of attention, you're the hero of the story, you're the champion of the story. In a single-player game, I am okay with this, in most cases, with few exceptions. In a single-player game, I'm okay with this. However, in an MMORPG, when you're playing with other people, it gets really confusing, like who the main character or the hero is supposed to be, and it doesn't really make much sense in my opinion. The prime example of this, in my opinion, where this really started happening, was in Legion, when you had your artifact weapons. Everyone had an Ashbringer. You all heard that before. Everyone has the Ashbringer. So who has the actual Ashbringer? It's really confusing. And in the cutscene from N'Zoth, you see your whole raid slowly walking towards N'Zoth, and then suddenly you're the one, your character, obviously because you're the one playing it, is the one that goes in the air. Well, all the other ones, why don't the other ones go up in the air? Why is it your character? Is it your character? Maybe it's your raid party member, little Johnny, who died to every single mechanic and wasted 3 battle reses, who's the actual hero of the story. We don't know for sure. That's why I'm personally not a big fan of it. There's also the issue of essentially this being this super big threat where we have no business killing him. Now, yes, in here we absolutely had some help. Of course, we had the Azerite, which is the blood of the nascent titan of Azeroth. I almost said N'Zoth. And this is supposed to be the most powerful titan. And of course, we had the Forge of Origination backing us up, essentially allowing us to kill N'Zoth. In my opinion, that would have been okay if it wasn't our character doing the killing. Personally, I would have preferred it if it was just the Azerite beam being directly channeled through the Chamber of the Heart right into N'Zoth, instead of using our character as an anchor point. Would it have made that much sense? Probably not, but I still think it would have been better than, again, using our character and having our character be the center of attention. Now, in my opinion, there are times where our character being the heroes and the center of attention makes perfect sense. A great example of this happened this expansion during the Battle of the Dazar'alor. It made sense that our characters were taking part in this faction war. We're part of the faction. We're the army for our faction. We're the one going in there and killing King Rastakhan, defeating Jaina Proudmoore. It made sense that our characters would be the center of attention for that, and that we have, the Thanos and the other main characters around there helping us around, and essentially ordering us around. Looking at you, the Thanos. Fucking asshole. Anyways, it made sense, in my opinion, that our characters were the center of attention for that raid, mainly, of course, amongst other things, of course. I'm not gonna go into much detail about that. Now, just thinking about the ending of Legion compared to the ending of BFA, the ending of Legion, again, this is all my opinion, was so much more epic and awesome than BFA, and I think that's the biggest difference in my opinion. The ending for BFA was nowhere near as epic and awesome as Legion. Legion, I really set a high bar with the reveal of Sargeras, but again, BFA's ending was just a big disappointment. Just think about this for a second. Legion, you have Argus the Unmaker, this titan, this weakened titan. He is weakened, by the way. He's been tortured for a millennia, or over a millennia now, and he just woke up. He was absolutely weakened. You have this weakened titan who is still so powerful that the 5 other titans there, I think there were 5 other titans there, we needed their help to beat him, and even then, we still almost died. We were dead on the floor. Luckily, A&R there was there to res us. We resed up, whipped our dicks out, slapped Argus around, again, still being empowered by the Titans. Without them, we would have been screwed. And then suddenly, that's it. You killed the Titan. You are a Titan Slayer. That's not the end boss of Legion, though. Sargeras is the boss of the Burning Legion. This guy who's been, just like the N'Zoth, teased for forever. And again, we do not fight him. We are not strong enough to fight him. The Titans have to deal with him. Our characters do not even touch him, which I absolutely love. The Titans shoot the giant beam into the smoke cloud, and smoke cloud goes. All of a sudden, The reveal of Sargeras. I still remember, like, guys, the reveal of Sargeras was huge for the lore. I remember my reaction. I remember even streamers' reactions. You had Asmongold with his freaking, you know, his bug eyes. You had Tally freaking out. Everyone was freaking out during that during that Sargeras reveal. And then all this, and of course, it doesn't even just end with him dying or going to prison. He always has to go and stab that planet for it. Guys, listen, I could talk about the ending of Legion forever. In my opinion, it was epic. The ending of BFA, yeah, sure, it had us walking towards Ny'alotha, this, again, really powerful guy. Had us walking towards Ny'alotha, essentially being mind-controlled, and then at the last second, the power of the Titans save us through the blood, or the blood of Azeroth, the Azerite, right? And then it goes into Ny'alotha and it kills him. However, in my opinion, it was just really lackluster, and it's just a beam. It's just a boring beam going into the boss. Nothing happens after that. In my opinion, the way they should have handled Ny'alotha, they should have done it exactly like Sargeras, guys. We shouldn't have even seen Ny'alotha, in my opinion. I loved his whispers. I loved him whispering us throughout the expansion, essentially since the Crucible of Storms. Yeah, you can see bits and pieces of him, like the eyeballs. I thought that was cool. But I'm not really, I think it could have been better if they didn't even reveal Ny'alotha and he wasn't even a boss fight. Maybe it could have been like the avatar of Ny'alotha. Because it could have been essentially like a proxy like Argus was for Sargeras. They could have done the same thing for Ny'alotha. I would have been completely okay with that. And then the final cutscene could have been this badass cutscene. Even if you want to use the Azerite beam as this thing to kill Ny'alotha, it could have been this really awesome reveal, this final cutscene, the longer cutscene for Ny'alotha, essentially revealing him, essentially maybe him taking over Azeroth, kind of like he almost did in the in-game cutscene, and then at the last second, the power of the Titan save us, fire that beam into him and delete him without the Lord of the Rings ripoff with the tower coming down and the Eye of Sauron being destroyed. I think that could have been so much better of an ending. It would have been so much more epic, and I think that word epic, it being epic, is key for me personally. That's not what I got with the ending of BFA. That's what I did get for Legion. I didn't expect the ending of BFA to be as good as Legion was. I mean, guys, it's Sargeras. It's Sargeras. You can't get as good as that. I didn't expect it to be that epic, but I didn't expect it to be a disappointment either. And I think Blizzard could have handled it so much better. Anyways, guys, I do want to end this video on a positive note, just saying that at any point, Blizzard could do whatever the hell they want. They could bring Ny'alotha back, as well as the other old gods. They could still do that Black Empire expansion, or even bring him back in a Void expansion. They've already teased that by saying, where do old gods go when they die? Point being, there's still hope we'll see Ny'alotha again. I really think he's an awesome character, and I think he would still be awesome, and I think people would love to see him again. Anyways, guys, I really hope you like this video. If you agree with what I say, tell me you agree with me, because that makes me feel happy. However, if you disagree and you actually really like this cutscene, please leave a comment down below. Tell me why. I love having discussions in the comments below, as long as they're civil. If you call me an asshole, don't worry, I'll fight back. I'll do that too. But anyways, I do like having these discussions down below in the comments. So if you disagree with me, please tell me why. Tell me why. I love having these comments or in discussions down below. Anyways, guys, thank you very much for watching. As always, I appreciate it. And the most important thing in every single video, I need to tell you guys, this is a public service announcement. Halo 3 was the best Halo, guys. It was. Reach was good. 2 was close. 2, Reach, and 3 are the best Halos. Like, 2 and Reach are close to 3, but 3 is amazing. Like, guys, Halo 3 is the best Halo. If your opinion's wrong, if you think otherwise, you're wrong. It's okay. You can think that. Just realize that you're wrong. Anyways, guys, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye. By the way, new Gadson.